What's up, everybody? It's your boy Lando Success, and you get your boy T4 with EOE. So I want to start from the comments. So I did a video the other day, and I released it on Twitter. I'm about to show y'all. That's T4 page right there, Execution Over Excuses. You guys in the cycling and the going hard in the health, go to his channel and subscribe right now. But I did this video the other day, and I posted on Twitter. I said a week ago, Shannon Sharpe got fired. Was I right? People in the comments somebody said, you're probably 100% right and great parenting, brother. I think he's just a mature adult. He knows if he left during the finals, he leaves him out dry. He's professional. Somebody else said, that's exactly what I said. And one said, he left. Why would he get released? Basically, why would he leave? And the ratings are through the roof. He's more popular than Skip. Somebody said, no, you can't fire somebody and tell them to go to work. Wouldn't make sense. So we have mixed 14K people watching a N-word talking about something he knows nothing about is wild. So somebody said, doing this watching a nigga that talking about nothing that he know about. So, Mr. Ford, literally, we had this conversation. So a lot of my videos come from me and him on the phone having conversations. I originally got this idea as him having a conversation, and he brought this to me 2-3 weeks ago. And I'm like, bro, you might be right. What did you tell me 3 weeks ago, dog?
Hey, I told you, Shannon was fired. Shannon was released because there's no way possible he's going to break that news that we reached a buyout. No, the big conglomerate corporation released that information saying, hey, at the conclusion of the NBA Finals, Shannon would no longer be on Skip and Shannon Undisputed. We have reached a buyout agreement. Okay, let's think about that. We live in the Metro Detroit area. We see buyouts happen all the time. What does it mean? The company is telling y'all one or two things. Either y'all take this money that we're giving y'all and walk, or we just release y'all and you leave with nothing. But because he was under contract, they said, okay, we reached a buyout. Yeah, they released that man. So, yeah, Shannon was fired. For what reasons, we are yet to know.
Nobody knows why he was fired, because my thing was, after you said that, I'm like, number one, you look at him and Skip chemistry, their chemistry been amazing. It's been at an all-time high on the show. So after all that news, they working good. You don't see any type of confusion. You don't see any type of animosity. It's like, okay, they look like he ain't acting too much. And the reality is, people that work with each other for 7 years, you're going to have fights, you're going to argue, you're going to disagree, whatever it is. And he already addressed it. Like, look, me and Skip went through a rough patch, but we recovered. We okay. And I believe if it was that bad, he would have been stopped working. But I don't think the average person understand, when you're working for a big company like Fox, you have to sign contracts, and the contracts is like, look, okay, we're going to pay you X amount of money for this many years. You have a non-compete clause. You have this. So even when they buy you out, they can renegotiate the terms and like, look, if we owe you $2 more million, hey, we're about to buy you out and only give you 1.2, but we can give you 100% rights to your club, Shay. But hey, come back over here. You cannot talk about why you're leaving. You can't talk about anything after the finals, and you can't go sign up with ESPN or anybody else for the next 6 months. They can do all of that, and you're seeing the after effects that we are close to right. And I'm going to talk about it in a second. What you got?
See, what I think what people understand is that the details of the buyout hasn't been laid out. Let me just speak from personal experience. Someone who's been terminated, but received pay, a severance pay, and in the clause it states you can't go work for somebody until after March 4th of this year. We're paying you to sit at home, but you can't accept another. If you do, you owe us this back. So his buyout could state like, yes, your last day will be at the conclusion of the NBA Finals. However, that 1.2 that you're saying, we're going to spread that out into the end of the year. So we don't want to see you on TV on nobody else's network until 2024. Now, we can invite you back on here as a commentator during football season, but you're not allowed to go do anything else. Do you accept the terms of this buyout? Because on these terms, we're going to give you Club Shay Shay clean breakout. That is yours. You built that under our name and our umbrella, but we're going to give that to you. But we're going to give you this 1.2, but we're going to pay you out slowly. So you technically you're still employed, but we don't want to see you on TV. Now,
We
if
just
anybody
paying you
knows,
not to see you.
yeah, we need not to see you. You can see you on Club Shay Shay, but you not to mention anything else. Now, if
And you
anybody
can't
else
use
want to
our
know,
equipment no more.
yeah. If anybody else want to know, if they want to look at the perfect example of it, he spoke about it on his podcast. Stephen A. Smith was in this same position in 2009 when ESPN said, hey, you're done. You can no longer be on TV. You can go back to do radio, you can do newspapers, but you should not be on TV. They bought him out and put him on the sidelines and said, all right, we'll slowly bring you back. Took him 3 years. He wrote about it in his book. Was like, all right, I can talk about it now. I can be open. Time has passed. I can talk about it. So maybe we at the spot where Shannon just had to be on the sideline for his antics.
Man, oh man. So it's like the question people get is like, okay, how did we get here? We don't know exactly what happened, but we can say what we were talking about earlier is Shannon Sharpe won. If you look at his career, what you tell me earlier, you was like, look, before Shannon Sharpe went on Undisputed, nobody would have bought his brand, his cognac brand, the Portier that me and you both bought a bottle. You bought me a bottle. Amazing drink, tastes good. Nobody would care about that. Nobody would be subscribed to his over 1 million, 2 million plus how many people he got on Club Shay Shay. So just by being on TV and being on that platform, he's getting residual money probably for the rest of his life just off of being there. So overall, he made money to talk sports. He still ended up winning. And my thing I want you to talk about is what people is not seeing, understanding. When somebody is leaving, there's a certain way a big business supposed to do it. So how things supposed to happen is 2 weeks ago, they supposed to say, look, everybody, hey, Shannon Sharpe is leaving us. We can't tell you what he's going to go do, but his last day will be this date. And everybody have everything organized. He have his little celebration tour. And literally the next day, you have Skip will come and be like, hey, y'all, we rebranding. This is how we're going to do the show. It's kind of familiar how Stephen A. and Max end up doing it. But with this, we found out by him that he's leaving on his last freaking day. And the next day, Skip like, well, I don't got no show. We come back soon. Like, what's your thoughts of that?
As I told you when we spoke earlier, when Skip left ESPN, he made the announcement like, hey, my last day on ESPN would be this day at the conclusion of the finals. This is my final date. He made it loud and clear and was like, okay, I'm leaving to take on a new endeavor over at Fox Sports 1 to jumpstart a new blah, blah, blah. He made it known that finals. So when Skip left, it was on Friday. So when Stephen A. came back Monday, like, hey, y'all, this is what we're going to do moving forward. We're going to try out a few guests. We're going to try out a few hosts. And then eventually I would make this ultimate decision of who's going to replace Skip. That's how it's supposed to work. Shannon came to work yesterday and was like, okay, yeah, y'all. It was at the tail end of the segment, too. I want to let y'all know.
Literally ain't saying at the beginning.
For
it's
your boy.
just...
This is it for your boy. You don't let a personality go on a Tuesday and then not have a show on a Wednesday to kill your ratings. If you would have did it on Friday, made that announcement like, hey, Friday is my last day, y'all. You know, I can't tell y'all what I'm going to do right now. I don't know yet, but Friday is going to be my last day. I enjoyed blah, blah, blah. Then Friday, coming up the 16th, he would have had, you know, whatever, people would have tuned in, would have came on. Lil Wayne would be like, hey, we love to having you, Shannon. It ain't going to be the same. All these other guests could have, you know, tuned in. Kind of similar to what the Breakfast Club did with Angela Yee. We knew the date was coming. However, when that final day was here, you give them their roses. This man had a segment of 7 minutes where he had to say, I am leaving, I am going, I'm about to do X, Y, and Z.
And for the people that say he didn't get fired, I want to show you can't see this for it, but I'm going to his Twitter page. Now, y'all got to think, he's been doing the same thing for 7 years, getting up, going to work, getting up, going to work. Now, since he's gone, you get a little bit more anger in your heart if you got fired or however the situation happened. So now he's finally replying to tweets because he wasn't replying to anything. And look at this tweet right here where somebody said, Undisputed is dead to me. And he retweeted that and said, appreciate the support. Once again, he said, somebody tweeted, Undisputed is dead to me. He didn't just tweet, he retweeted and said, appreciate the support. And other tweets since then, he's talking about people that's been giving him his flowers. Thank you. Shannon Sharpe, you was fun, enjoyable education. Can't wait to see what you get next. Then somebody, he replied to it because somebody came at him wrong. Let me see, did he? Okay, so somebody said, damn, Unc, you looking kind of fake to me. You just cried on a show thanking Skip for what he do for your career. Now you're agreeing with Undisputed is dead? Wow, man, shake my head. That's crazy. And he retweeted and said, I'm supporting her leaving with me, but take that how you like. He said, I'm supporting her leaving with me. T4, I'm not the smartest man in the damn world, but you is saying F that show. And you ain't said F Skip. You ain't, they fired you, dog. Tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me something.
All right, so they fired the man. So if y'all go back and watch his last episode, he said, I would like to thank the person who gave me this job at Fox, the original, who's no longer here with us. So during his 7-year tenure, something changed. The person who came over there and started is no longer there. They're gone. So new management came in. So when somebody says retweet something like that, that lets you know it's some bad blood there. It's no love lost for Skip. Like he told Skip, I wouldn't be here without you. Skip gave a lot of people a platform to jumpstart their career. So they got to take off their hat and, kiss the ring of the Don and let them know, like, I wouldn't be here. Skip fought for me. But then there's some things Skip just couldn't protect you from. He ultimately can protect you from you. You had 2 incidents over the last couple of months that the network probably was like, the first one, you showed us your true colors at the Lakers game. We let you come on. We let you say you were sorry. But then you got into it with Kwame. That one got kind of personal. That one teetered over to other stuff. So now it's like the publicity, your return on investment wasn't great for us in this soft environment that we're in.
Even though that wouldn't technically make sense because his return on investment for that show is bar none, and we see all type of analyst personalities get into it and they don't get fired. So we don't know what it is, but all we can go off of is truth, facts, and history. All we see the last few months, like you said, you literally got into it at a damn professional game, and he said, all I can do is tell the truth. What Shannon Sharpe said is the first thing I did was call the bosses and apologize to them, trying to secure his job, make sure everything is okay. Because he knew he was out of order. However you want to take it. The stuff with Kwame Brown, we don't know, but it could be something. Now, we could be wrong, but so far, we look like we've been right. So I think it's something that they don't like that he did, or is something.
You're right. Many analysts have got into it with blah, blah, blah. Many analysts ain't worked for Fox either. Many of them, they worked on that other network. They worked for ESPN. Fox, like, we don't get down with that.
Game over there, huh?
We don't get down with that. We don't condone all that. We let you come on the show and do your antics, and we let you, make a brand off of us with your cognac and everything else. We allowed you to do you. But now's the time where it's like, hey, we started to see, I'm going to say this, just my opinion only. You became bigger than a team. And once your personality becomes bigger than the team, someone has to go. And ultimately, you're not bigger than the ship. So we got to go ahead and cut ties with you right now. And let's see if you can float. We got to let you go. Because we built you up. But now we got to let you go.
We got to let you go, and you got to figure it out. Because at the end, like, when we disagree, at the end, he said, y'all will see me somewhere, but I don't know where. I thought he had something set up because he tweeted this picture that I'm gonna show you guys. He did this. What I'm showing people on the screen is on his Twitter. He's in like a gardener uniform, and he got cameras and whatever it is. He said, "Stay tuned for the seeds I'm planting." So he got something. It looked like he got something cooking, but he said at the end of the show, "Hey y'all, I don't know where I'm going." So I don't know. Do you think he got something set up? Or if you was to guess, what you think is next for him?
He got something set up. It's going to be one, like I said, it's one of those hush-hush situations. Most people who's leaving the network, they tell you where they're going. I'm leaving here to go here. This dude was bought out and bought quiet. Shh, be quiet. Tonight's the night we ride. You can't talk about nothing. You came on the show. We not even going to whoop-de-whoop. It was like since the news broke about 2 or 3 weeks ago, they haven't addressed it on the show. They haven't said anything about it until yesterday.
Y'all can't tell me that's not weird. Everybody, you got Stephen A. doing videos about it. Your old partner. You got Marcel. You got the whole world is talking about this, and y'all coming to work like nothing happened. And literally today, on a 4-hour show, you wait for the last 7 minutes to say you're leaving. Who don't think that's weird?
They didn't. This is the funny part about it. At the conclusion of the finals, they didn't even let that man make it through the parade. The parade is Thursday. They didn't even let him make it through the parade to say, "Hey, in case something popped off at the parade, he could talk about it Friday." I'm like, "Hey, y'all."
Very next day after Miami lost, in Miami, if y'all won, Uncle still have a job right now.
If Miami would have pulled this thing off the 7 games, he would still been working until next week.
Just think of that, and knowing that you leaving. So, oh my gosh! So that's why you guys watch his Twitter. He's gonna let more and more out, because the more I think about it, I know the more angrier he's getting, because he had to still show up to work, knowing this, keep his G face on, can't talk about it. Oh, I know he's living. So he didn't leave on his own, y'all. He didn't leave because he wanted to.
They treated Shannon like he is. I'm going to say it. They treated Shannon like an athlete. You know, you got them athletes, you're like, "Hey, man, don't even dress. We paying you to sit on the bench. Don't even dress, because eventually we're going to buy you out. We want to make sure you got good trade." They gave him the John Wall
like
treatment.
Ben Simmons?
No. They gave him the John Wall treatment. We don't even want you because, hey, it's just you on the team, but you ain't on the team. We just paying you just because.
What was the team that bought him to bring to their team and didn't play him once? Was it the Clippers?
I think it was Houston. No, it was the Clippers.
It was Houston. Then he went from Houston to the Clippers and didn't play. He played like 3 games, and they just paid him to just go home.
So when you think about it like that, like, so yeah, they released it that, hey, we reached the buyout. Who was we? No, Shannon can't reach a buyout. Once you're under contract, you can't say, "Hey, I want to be bought out." You either, because then in that part of your contract where it's like, you quit, we don't owe you anything else.
Yeah, it's like,
but we got to come to a terms where we buy you out.
Say that again, because a lot of people in the YouTube comments was saying, no, he quit it. He wanted to leave. When you are in a contract,
if you're in a contract, you voided that contract. Now you owe me some money because there's money left on the table, and you said, "I quit." You're no longer an at-will employee once you have a contract.
So like you said, you've been in a position this year where you left a company, and I'm like, "Yo, you ain't gonna get another job." And you're like, "No, they still paying me, but I can't get another job." I'm like, "How you can't get another job, bro? It's in the contract. They paying me. Paying you for what? It's in the contract, paying me to be home until this date."
I can interview, but as I told many people, "Hey, man, I can't really accept the job until after this day." And they're like, "Why?" "All right, man, it's long story. Legally, I can't because I'm still under this." As one company was just like, "Okay, we'll wait until then, and we will offer you the contract on this date, and you can start on this date." And I'm like, "Y'all willing to do that?" They was like, "Yeah."
What would have happened, the most you can say, if you decided to not do that? 100% truth. If you decided to just go get another job,
I would have had everything they gave me up front. I would have to give it back to them. Bonuses, signing bonuses, everything they was paying me to sit at home on the sideline, I would have to pay them back plus interest on that money. So when everybody kept asking me, like, don't you want to go to work? And hey, man, it's bigger than that. Some of y'all don't know how to negotiate contracts. My contract had other stuff negotiated and affected other people. So therefore, you can pay me to terminate me and sit at home until this. I'm okay with that. I was perfectly fine with that. So people who never been in this situation where they never had a professional contract and you negotiated certain things into it, that means certain things got to be negotiated once you leave. Once they kick you out, but if you leave, that's it. You left. But once the company say we done with you, they owe you something.
Well, Mr. Ford, I appreciate you. Everybody, go subscribe over to his channel. Let's get my dog to 1,000 subscribers today. Let's go ahead. EOE, we going to do a whole different interview talking about this ump-bound race. But go over there, go subscribe. You got any last words, dog?
Hey, whatever it is, Shannon, if you see this, man, take your time before you make your next move. Don't rush to make your next move because everybody else. Give us Club Shay Shay. You already had Steve Harvey, Neo, and everybody else. You connected, brother. Keep doing that and we'll keep tuning in.
And my thing, Shannon, is use your advice. I don't want you to be on that club Portier at the crib late because now you don't got no job. You don't know what to do with yourself. I don't want you to be at the crib drinking and get on Twitter and do something. Don't let them see you sweat. Don't give everybody too much. Don't, because I already know you're going to be mad. You're going to get frustrated. But like Ford said, sit back, make your next move your best move. Everybody is going to rock with you. We love you. We support you. We give you hell, but we going to rock with you, dog.
Just take this time, Shannon, and be a great granddaddy. So you just became a grandfather a few months ago. Go be a grandfather for a little while.
Hey, Unc, I seen your daughter yesterday. All I'm saying, look, I'm a married man, but if your boy wasn't married, hey, I was going to be son-in-law because your daughter is fine. Daughter is fine. Drop an exclusive bomb for Unc daughter. Thank you. People going to say I'm disrespectful on Twitter. You disrespectful? His daughter is fine. Hell. Yeah. What you eating on, man?
Man,